Hi there, everybody. I wasn't going to make a video today, but I actually thought it was really important to make a video on a day when I'm just breaking down. I thought, people out there need to know that this happens. You might have days where you seem like you're doing okay. And then you're gonna have days where you just can't stop crying. And it seems like the loss was yesterday. And it doesn't matter how much time passes. It can be years. It can be 20 years. You're still gonna have days like today where you just can't stop crying and you just hurt because you miss them. You're just gonna miss them. And you're gonna feel like, why am I still this broken after so long? Because it doesn't go away. It doesn't just go away. It's always there. And it just comes out when you least expect it. And you might feel like you're reliving that day. Your mind might replay everything that happened leading up to, that day. You might be able to just see them so clearly. The way they were that day. It's been a year and a half now, and I still feel so shocked at just how did this happen? Like, how did this just happen out of the blue? One day we were fine, and the next day he was dying. How? How did this happen? How did I get here? We were supposed to be celebrating right now. Our new house. And the raise he got at his job. We were supposed to be starting our life right now. It's like, how on earth did I get here? How did this happen? I just want you to know this is normal, and this is part of it. You might think, I thought I was getting better, a little stronger. Now I feel like I'm right back to day one. But it's normal to feel that way. Just to let you know. You're not crazy. You're not doing anything wrong. This is just how it is. When you love someone that much, it just hits you some days. And you just replay all the events in your head, and you just see them. You might think about that whole week before. You might replay the funeral and how you felt and the shock and just everything. All it takes is, well, it doesn't even really take a song or a trigger. Sometimes it just pops into your head. Sometimes every time I see a hospital, it just takes me back to that day, that week. If you watch someone take their last breath, you don't ever forget that. It's just seared in your brain. And it's hard. I know. It's hard. Excuse me a minute. There's nothing wrong with you. This is just a part of it, and it's gonna happen. So I just wanted to warn you if you're just starting out and you're crying every single day like I was. Then you might have a few days where you don't cry and you think, hey, I don't think I've had any days where I haven't cried yet. But you might get there, and then you have a day where you just weep and you weep and you weep until you're sick and you think, where'd that come from? Well, that's normal. And you're gonna be a mess, and that's okay. And that pain never goes away. It's always there. It might hide itself some days better than others, but it's there. And you never know when it's gonna pop out or hit you like a wave. So just know those days will be there, and that's okay. Just let it come. Let it hit you. Cry it out. Scream it out. Do whatever you need to do. And then you get up and you keep going. What else can you do, right? Take a breath. I think that was probably the hardest moment for me, was to to see him breathing. I think that's what my mind remembers the most. Just to see him there breathing, and you have hope. When they're breathing, you have hope. And you think no matter how bad it is, hey, they're going to be okay. He's going to make it. We'll show them all. Even when they took him off of the life support, I thought he was going to make it. I thought he was going to surprise everyone. And then when his heart stopped, it didn't even seem real. That doesn't seem real at all. I know you guys understand that. Every one of you has your own story of that. Some of you didn't even get to be there. And I'm sorry. So sorry. And some of you had to watch a slow decline over just years. Some of you had to deal with Alzheimer's and losing the person before they even were gone. And it's just so many stories of so many hard things. And it's hard. And today, my whole purpose of this video is just to tell you that no matter how much time goes by, it's gonna hit you like it was just yesterday. At random times. It could be 30 years later. It's still gonna hit you. Because it's always there. It just goes dormant. It goes dormant sometimes. But then it shows back up. So don't think anything's wrong with you when that happens. It's all a part of this grief road. And it'll come and it'll go. It's kind of like the unwanted friend that stays with you until you die. It never leaves. And you just kind of learn how to live with it. It's not fun, I know. And there are good days and there are terrible days. So don't be surprised if they come. And I guess that's all I wanted to say today. Grief is not a straight line. It's not linear. You don't steadily climb the mountain and get out of it. That's not a thing with grief. It's a constant up and down and around and upside down. So hang in there. Hang in there. I'll see you guys later.